Okay, so hello and good morning and welcome to the course. This is our first meeting, and today I'm just going to give you an introduction to the course. Now, some of you, there are a few of you, actually belong to my AR2200 class, and this is basically the same type of introduction that I gave to that class, and except for some contents, of course. And I will even be giving the same homework. Okay, so that's just a heads up. But let's focus now on AR2233. Okay, so again, this is AR2233 is site planning and landscape architecture. So this will be the topic that I'll be giving, the outline. We'll talk about the course, then about me and information about me, then the course outcomes so that you understand where this is heading and the topics to expect during the whole semester, what you will be doing during the class, and what are the assessment tasks that I will be giving you, then class policies, and then assessment outcomes, how I'm going to grade you. Okay. So, as mentioned, this is AR2233, that's site planning. I forgot to put the landscape architecture. But it's basically really site planning. Okay, so this is offered only to BS architecture program. I thought at first that this is also offered to BS landscape architecture because of the other tag in the title. I'm handling actually two groups. Group three, which is this one, starts at 8:30, and then group four follows at 10:30. So it's kind of weird for me to repeat this, but then if I record this and then just show it to the next class, it would not be fair. No? So I decided to just go live each time. But I will be recording this. Actually, I'm recording it now. No? For those who are not able to join the meeting, I noticed when I started, there were only, I think, 11 or so. So, core requisite. So um, this course is taken together with AR2200, and some of the requirements of AR2200 is actually linked to our requirements here, which I will explain later. And then a prerequisite are AD1111, which is graphics, and then AD1262, which is, I don't know what it is. So we're simply going to talk about site planning methods, and this is an introductory course. So we will not go deep into, we're not going hands-on, or we're not going to deal or focus only on one topic. So it's going to be deal with a lot of topics in broad strokes. Now, there are four groups in this course. The other two groups are handled by architect Roy Trani, and he's basically the coordinator for this course. If you notice, the Canvas LMS is not yet published. I have not published it yet because architect Trani is supposed to make what we call the blueprint. It's like the pattern, which will be used by all of those who are handling the same course. Okay, so but architect Trani decided to start his class next week, and I start earlier. So maybe by Saturday, the Canvas portal will be up. Okay. So I already sent out the invitation, and I noticed that no one has accepted it yet. I don't know whether you received the invitation since it's not yet published. Anyways, For those who have or were not under me before or is not under me in AR2200, my name is Architect Troy Dino Elizaga. I usually drop the second name. I'm actually in Bohol right now, but I will be relocating to Davao City next week. Okay, so I will be based in Davao during this pandemic, and oops, I'm the cat. Um, these are my contact information, my email address, and then my mobile. I would appreciate it if you contact me through email more than my mobile. Um, and then also, I prefer text rather than call. Okay, I'm that kind of person. And also, because I'm handling well for courses, two of them, three courses actually, but this course has two groups. So there's a lot of students who might be contacting me through email or through mobile. Whenever you contact me, please tell me what section or what course you belong, so that I don't have to keep on looking for my class list and looking for you, so that to answer your questions, because sometimes um, the question is applicable to any course, like sir, what's the requirement that I missed. Okay, so and then if you don't tell me what course you belong, so I have to open all my class list and look for you so that I can answer you. Because if you are in design, so I can tell you what you missed. So like that. So you make it easier for me, please. Consultation period is 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Um, this is supposed to be Mondays to Fridays. Uh, Weekends actually, I'm going to change this to 1 to 2 p.m. Okay, so during that time, you can also reach me, especially is if there are important questions uh, during the days that we're not going to meet. Okay, so course outcome first is to understand site development process. So this is very very broad, because how to design the site, how to develop the site. Then analyze a project program, the effect of these factors on both site and the program, and the impact of specific programs on specific sites, because we always start our design with architectural brief or the architectural program. And then sometimes the site actually is included in the program, and yet if we are going to separate that, we're talking about the building program only, it normally has an effect on the site requirements. And then collect information and data concerning an urban or rural planning or design issue, classify and analyze the data, and make recommendations related to that issue. So we have to be very systematic. We have to make decisions based on data, and we have to know how to collect that data more efficiently, okay, so that the data we collect are reliable. And then, okay, we analyze it, so we go scientific, making our decisions and making our recommendations. And then draw up guidelines for planning, architecture, and landscape architecture in the schematic design analysis of a program on a site. So basically, we're going to learn how to do site analysis. And then, this is really very important and very useful in design. Okay, so in design, for example, last year or last semester, um, I have to give a short lecture in my in the design tree. Okay, I think a lot of yeah, I think you were there in the plenary. So I talked about site analysis, but then that's only less than an hour session. So here we have the whole semester to talk about it. So there are so many other uh, considerations. So basically, the topics that we will tackle are the ones that belong to the hexagons, no? Processes and tools in site planning, how to do site programming, how to search the site and select, uh, and then how to do site inventory, and then attribute mapping, how to connect attribute mapping and land use stability. So these ones are the topics that we're going to tackle in the first half of the semester. The second half of the semester, we will start off with horizontal and vertical site development, which will be related to your next plate. Okay, so heads up. Open space systems and then circulation systems like roads, and then utility systems like drainage, electricity, and then presentation techniques. Okay, how to make a good presentation. So I actually just decided to add that. It was not in the original curriculum. And if time permits, we plan architect Rani and excuse me. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to. Okay. Um, Architect Rani and I decided to invite some guests over to talk about also their experience in site development. So, and I hope we get to have that chance. It's towards the end of the semester. Okay, so basically, we will be doing a lot of lectures online, but then I will be giving assignments to watch videos because I saw a lot of resources on YouTube, and also, well, especially that these videos feature some important people who are experts. So they're the best ones who can impart the knowledge, um, and you can learn more from them. And then also sometimes the way that they present or with the videos and all the graphics, so it's more entertaining to watch rather than to listen to me. And then there will be some reading assignments also, okay? Because it would be too boring for me to be the one reading them for you and talking about them. So, and it's also good for you to know how people write really what they actually say, okay? Say in the books that they made. Now, to assess you, we will have a quiz after each topic. So in principle, that's every meeting. So, or no, not every meeting actually, but every week, because the way I plan the topics is by week. So there are two sessions in principle for each topic, except for next week. So we have one topic for Tuesday and another topic for Thursday, because we're supposed to have started um, last Tuesday, except that I had problems with uh, my video. Then we'll have a project in coordination with AR2233. So in the first half of the semester, so there is a requirement in your first plate, which you will also submit here, but more enhanced, more detailed. And then the second plate, for the second half of the semester, you will submit something there, uh, which is also the same, no? Enhanced. And then you will be presenting them. Then we have two major exams. No, we have four major exams. We have the preliminary, pre-midterm, the midterm, pre-finals, and the final exam. Now, class policies. So the lectures will be given online. So the university has decided that the whole thing will be online, the whole semester. So this will be recorded, as I mentioned earlier, and then I usually upload the recording in YouTube because it is more accessible to people, especially those who are having trouble with internet. So they have there's normally a data packages that comes with free YouTube use. No? Um, so a link will be given to all the students in Canvas during the online lecture. So I appreciate it if no one uh, disturbs me. Although I also if there are problems, for example, because here in Google Meet, when I'm presenting, I cannot actually see anyone. Only see my own slides. So if there's a problem, like suddenly the sound disappeared, so please inform me. I mean, not by chat, no? Not by chat only, but please inform me. Um, so I have a pet cat, and once in a while he disturbs our class. Okay. Um, the online lectures will take only an hour, more or less, even if the class period is more than 1 hour. Okay. So don't expect that we will make use of the whole 2 hours every meeting. So I do not require attendance since the students may opt to access the video on their available time. So the only advantage of you being present is that you can participate during the online lecture. You can ask questions directly, and then you can get the answer immediately or make comments. Okay. In the event that attendance will be required, for example, in a plenary session or some other cases, so you will be informed beforehand about this so that they can, the attendance can be ensured. Assignments and quizzes are uploaded on Canvas and are submitted on designated dates. Submission dates will be assigned to each assignment and quiz. Um, so basically, we will be using Canvas all throughout except for online meetings, which will be in Google. And I will be using Canvas for announcements. Okay, so make sure that your computer or your cell phone are actually set up to receive notifications from our course, a Canvas course, because sometimes you might have disabled it because you don't want to be disturbed. But that's very important. Okay. So students are required to complete all exams and quizzes regardless of their due dates. Late submissions, however, will be subject to penalties to be agreed upon by the student and the instructor. Okay. Um, so if you miss quizzes, you still have to do them. Okay, because otherwise I will give you a grade of INC for incomplete. Okay, so by the end of the semester, there is still time before I submit the final grade. So I will be reminding you to complete the requirements. And then if you still don't submit, even after the submission of grades, you actually have 1 year to comply. Um, so whenever you submit, so I have to change the grade. But after 1 year, your grade will automatically turn into NC for no credit, which is equivalent to actually failing the subject, except that you don't see a 5.0 in your transcript, but on the NC. But it also means that you have to take the course over again. Okay, so please be diligent. Please submit. Okay, if you submit late, okay, just submit. Better late than never. So for projects, the reports will be presented and submitted in prescribed format on a date and time specified by the instructor. So again, heads up, the reporting that I will require is actually like recorded a video recording of you reporting to me. Okay, So it's not only written report. So if you are camera shy, this is the time to practice. Okay, so I also was not very comfortable in front of the camera before, but I'm forced to do this, especially because my camera and my microphone um, is problematic. If I turn off my camera, my microphone is also turned off, so I cannot talk to you without the camera on. So late submissions will be subject to penalties to be agreed upon by the student and the instructor. Uh, Actually, I was telling the other teachers that we should not give deductions to late submission because there are a lot of uh, problems with internet and online. Rather, we will be giving rewards for those who submit on time instead. So, but we actually don't know how to operationalize that. So we're still looking for a way to do that. But anyways, if there are problems which are not uh, which are difficult to control, no? Like there's a typhoon and all the power, there's a power failure, so just inform me case to case. So consultation, in principle, any students can send an email to their instructors anytime to consult on a matter. However, the instructors will only be obliged to respond during class hours and designated consultation hours. So I already told you my designated consultation hours. That's 1 to 2 p.m. every weekdays. Okay. So if even if you send me a message at 3 a.m., so I'm going to answer them during that consultation period. Okay, because I have so many other things to attend to. And don't worry, I will read your messages and I will decide whether it's urgent or not. Or if it's really very urgent, just tell me that it's really urgent. Okay. So during the designated consultation hours, the instructor will open a meeting session. So that's my plan so far. So I will have a Google Meet during 1 to 2 p.m. Uh, but this one is open to all my students in all the courses that I am handling. So therefore, it's a first come first serve basis. Okay, so I have not set the meeting up yet. So I'll be sending out a link to the meeting. All instructions, reading materials, assignments, and announcements for class will be through the Canvas LMS or Google Classroom, depending on the preference of the instructor. I already mentioned that everything will be in Canvas, except for the meeting, the online meeting, which will be in Google Classroom, because I read a lot of, I was told a lot of bad reviews about the Canvas conference, so I don't want to risk it. In case of complaints concerning the class, students must approach the teacher directly via email, or they may email the chairman of the department to arcdep@usc.edu.ph, especially if you are you only go to the chairman if the problem is about your instructor, about me. So you're afraid to talk to me about me. So you can go directly to the chairman, and the chairman can talk to me. And then, of course, they will not tell me whoever made the complaints. So please avoid posting complaints to social media because it does not solve anything. If any, it will only make things worse. Okay. Um, okay. So don't use this as a medium for gaining likes and trying to monetize yourself to social media. Plagiarized works will automatically be given a grade of 4.0. Material source from the internet or other printed work should be provided with attribution and source references. Replicating your classmates' materials and project components are considered plagiarism. Okay, so I seldom ask students to write an essay Um, I used to do that, but really I suffer no when I read when the English is terrible. It I really cringe. So if I ever require say an essay, it might be something short, and there are ways now to check whether the work is plagiarized or not. So there's the Turnitin, there's a program that searches the internet. And then also I will be reading all of your work, so I will also detect. Okay. Um, so please post original works, and if it's not yours, please acknowledge the work of whoever you're referring to. So, homework. This is due not today, so I have not changed this. So this is due next meeting, so on Tuesday. Um, for those who are under me in AR2200, this is the same homework, so you don't have to do it again. You just have to resubmit it. Um, although I already, so that I have, so the Canvas will inform me that you submitted because that's an automatic computer thing. No? Um, so the only advantage is that you don't have to do it again, but you have to submit it also here in this course. So introduce yourself to me through a video. You state the following information: your name, where you are based now. So like I'm in Davao or I'm in Bohol right now. Whether you were under me before, what courses you are under me now, and how you access Canvas, whether by cell phone, laptop, desktop, or do you go to the internet cafe? How do you access the internet? Do you make do you use prepaid, postpaid? Do you have a home internet? And then show me also your study area so that I can understand more your situation. Okay, especially when you tell me something about your situation. Um, then include any other information which you think is important. Okay. Uh, One useful information that I got from my design for those who submitted in the design is that they share rooms with other people. So therefore, I can expect some disturbance like the pet. No? So if you have also a pet, so that's also something that you can probably mention um, because it affects your study. So I have to do this because last semester I felt that my students passed through me, and then I really didn't get to know any of them that well. In fact, there are only very few names that comes to mind, no, that I can remember just because of their performance in design. So in design, it's easier to remember people, but for the others, like lecture subjects, especially that there are like 30 or more students, so it's a bit difficult. Okay, and then in a face-to-face, I normally get to know students better and then interact. So it's very difficult to interact also during an online session. Um, so I'm still looking for a way to do that. No? Anyway, so this is a start. At least I also get to see your face. I also get to hear you talk. Because it's not. I never had a chance last semester. I only see like profile pictures, and some don't even have profile pictures, and others have profile pictures which are really staged, no? So and heavily made up faces. So it's not like is this really the person or is this just a heavily filtered image of you? So please submit through Canvas. I promise you that the Canvas portal uh, will be published by Saturday, if not tomorrow, Saturday. Architectronic promised to give me the pattern or the blueprint for this course tomorrow. So by Saturday, it should be up. Okay, so that's it for today. So we're just I'm just introducing the course. And if there are no questions, I would, uh, well, anyway, so if you have questions, you can either type it in the chat box, or you can also unmute yourself now that I'm finished talking. And okay, so any questions? Uh, I'm trying to see to change the layout so that it's tiled. Okay, so I hope you're not sleeping. Anyway, we don't seem to have any question, and that's to be expected. There's nothing to ask about the introduction to the course. So I will now dismiss you. I will now end the class and hope to see you on Tuesday. And please submit your videos, your homework. Okay. So goodbye for now. So I'll be signing out.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.